add or subtract the following rational expressions. Reduce the final answer. Alright, we have 4 over a squared b plus 3 over 7b squared. Alright, we need to find, before we can add or subtract, we have to find a common denominator and build up the fractions. Alright, so using what we've learned already, the LCD would be 7a squared b squared. So I'll need to multiply the first fraction by a factor of 7 and b in both the numerator and denominator. I will need to multiply the second fraction by a squared in both the numerator and denominator. So this would give us then 28b over the common denominator, 7a squared b squared, plus 3a squared over 7a squared b squared. Now we have a common denominator. We've built up our fractions accordingly. Now we can add these fractions. 28b plus 3a squared over 7a squared b squared. Now at this point we should try to factor the numerator to see if we can reduce between the numerator and denominator. There are no common factors between the two terms in the numerator, and so we would leave that expression as it stands. Exercise B. 4n over n plus 2 plus 6 over n minus 5. Since our denominators are already in factored forms, the LCD can be simply written as n plus 2 by n minus 5. Alright, so I need to multiply the first fraction by a factor of n minus 5 in both the denominator and numerator, and the second fraction by a factor of n plus 2 in the numerator and denominator, giving us equivalently 4n squared minus 20n over n plus 2 by n minus 5 plus 6n plus 12 over n plus 2 by n minus 5. Alright, now since I'm adding these polynomials, I'm adding these rational expressions, they have a common denominator. I can simply write 4n squared minus 20n plus 6n plus 12 over the common denominator, n plus 2 by n minus 5. Alright, we have now now we can combine the like terms in the numerator, yielding 4n squared minus 14n plus 12 over n plus 2 by n minus 5. Now we can factor a 2 out of the numerator. So we'd have 2 by 2n squared minus 7n plus 6 over n plus 2 by n minus 5. Now, this in fact factors further as 2 by 2n minus 3 by n minus 2 over the common denominator was n plus 2 by n minus 5. Now, if any of these factors were common, we would remove them. But none of them are common, so we will leave it in this factored form. Exercise C, we have 2x plus 5 over x minus 3 subtract 8. Well, that 8 is really an 8 over 1. Alright, so my LCD, I really only have one unique factor in the denominator, and that's just the x minus 3. So my second fraction is missing that factor of x minus 3. All right, so that gives us then, equivalently, 2x plus 5 over x minus 3 subtract 8x minus 24 over x minus 3. Now remember, when we're subtracting, we want to recall that we need to put parentheses around that second numerator. So this gives us equivalently 2x plus 5 subtract the quantity 8x minus 24 over x minus 3, which is equivalently 2x plus 5 minus 8x plus 24. All right, so remember that we distribute that subtraction through each of the terms. And our common denominator is still x minus 3. Now, combining like terms, we have negative 6x plus 29 over x minus 3. There are no common factors in the numerator, so we will leave it as is. All right, and exercise D. 6 over a plus 3 by a minus 5 over a minus 2 by a plus 3 by a minus 1. All right, the LCD. Notice that the denominators are already factored. All right, so we will write the LCD as a plus 3 by a minus 5 by a minus 1. So my first fraction is missing a factor of a minus 1. So we build it into the denominator and numerator. My second fraction is missing a factor of a minus 5. So we will build it into the denominator and numerator. All right, so this gives us equivalently 6a minus 6 over the denominator plus a squared minus 7a plus 10 over the denominator. Combining these to a single fraction, 6a minus 6 plus a squared minus 7a plus 10 over the common denominator. Combining the like terms gives me a squared minus a plus 4 over a plus 3 by a minus 5 by a minus 1. Now we check to see if we can factor the numerator. A squared minus a minus plus 4 cannot be factored using the techniques we have so far. So there's our response. A squared minus a plus 4 over a plus 3 by a minus 5 by a minus 1.